Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk Bulldog Hockey. And with us, head coach Bob Daniels. And Coach, welcome back to the show.
Good to be here.
I know, nice to be back at home for you after back-to-back trips to the Upper Peninsula. Spent a lot of time on the road here over the past couple weeks.
Yeah, we were on the road a bit. I've seen a lot of snow, being in Houghton, and then Marquette may have had more snow than even Houghton, but they weren't hard trips. I mean, maybe a little tough on the bus driver, but really not that difficult. And just, 2 in a row isn't too bad. So, we get this week off, and then next week we're at home, so we'll get a chance to get some practices in and stay at home for a little bit.
A couple games up in Marquette against Northern Michigan this past weekend, identical 5-2 scores, but maybe not indicative of just how close those games were.
Well, that's right, and both games were very similar in that we fell behind early in both games. We that's kind of the theme right now, and last time we had a lead, we won the game, and I'd just like us to get to a lead, but again, both times we end up chasing the game, and it makes it tough when you're always trying to come from behind, but I give our guys credit, they fought back. Both games, the one game we were down 3-2, pulled the goalie, ended up 5-2, and then the next night we were down, I can't remember, maybe 3-0 at one point, got it back again, like the 3-2, 4-2, but we just can't seem to seal the deal. And I think the games actually in this series were pretty even. There was really ebbs and flows in terms of momentum and who had scoring chances, but at the end of the night, they were really even. The difference is they really capitalized on their chances better than what we capitalized on ours, and then a little bit of puck luck, too.
We got out to a 2-0 lead here early on Friday night in the opener during Craig Head with a couple goals, and he's a guy that I'm sure has been around for a long time and obviously had a great career.
Yeah, he has, and he scored a hat trick here in this game, and senior, and I'll be glad to say goodbye to him. He's been a bit of a Bulldog killer over the years. He always seems to score against us.
They went up 3-0 here in the second period, but again, as you guys have shown kind of all season long, they're resilient. They've battled back and had a chance to get right back in the game.
Yeah, and I don't feel as though the game wasn't a 3-0 kind of game. We were getting just as many quality chances at their end as at our end, and we just weren't able to finish them off. Here was a really great play by Willits to get us on the board 3-1. That was just a great individual effort on a power play.
Bulldogs taking on Northern Michigan here, and obviously one of those games where the shots at the end of the night were pretty even for both teams.
Yeah, they were even, and so were the scoring chances. And I can't remember what we held them to in terms of shots on net, but we've been getting better and better in that area. Now the next night, the shot totals for both teams got up there a little bit.
You got able to cut it here in the third period, coming up here shortly to a one-goal game here going down to the final minutes.
Yeah, well, it'll go from 3-1 to 3-2, and then they get the empty net goals, and this is a little bit out of sequence here because they're scoring the empty netter before we get ours. Here we get another, so both our goals were on the power play. We got it to 3-2. And then, like I said, pulled the goalie and it got to 5-2 on us. But really, for all intents, it was a one-goal game, and realistically, it was an evenly played game. I was really happy with the way the guys performed that night.
Obviously, the penalty kill was strong as you held them scoreless in 8 opportunities with the man advantage.
Yeah, we did, and they were off on that though. As I think we held them. It was actually like 0 for 4, or 0 for 5. As you can understand, some working in those press boxes, sometimes those numbers aren't quite accurate, and they were. I don't know exactly what happened, to their sports info department. They were a little off on that. But either way, we scored 2 power play goals that game. We didn't give up any, and the one thing we did give up, we gave up a 4-on-4 goal on a blown coverage, and you hate to see that.
Going to the highlights here of Game 2 on Saturday night, and this one a little bit different start. They'll get the first goal, but you answered back very quickly.
Yeah, and really the night before, they scored on the very first shift on a puck that deflected off the referee right onto one of their guys' sticks. And we came down within 7 seconds and ripped on off the crossbar. So that's what I mean. It was just one of those nights. But here, they get the first goal, and that's not, we didn't really want to chase the game. We wanted to get the lead. You'll see here, Dallas Tulik scores. He's a very good freshman. Out for a couple different injuries during the course of the year, but I think he's got 4 goals now in the season. Very promising freshman for us.
Obviously, they had a great crowd here both nights this weekend, and a team that's had a great year so far, and really gave them a home ice advantage in terms of the crowd.
Yeah, really a strong crowd. And there's times when you could have large crowds and they kind of sit on their hands. But that wasn't the case this weekend. They were into it, and it makes it better for both teams. Here's a really great goal by the Northern Michigan player. Roney didn't give him much. The guy just picked the corner on him.
Obviously, they had a big second period here in terms of being able to find a way to put the puck in it.
Yeah, they get the game to 4-1, and it's probably the worst period we played on the weekend. You know, so we go into the locker room. We said, hey, if we can get it to 4-2, I think we can come back. And we were still getting some scoring chances. We ended up killing off a penalty right there. So we had a few more penalties in this game. We took a 5-minute major to Willits, and we had to kill that off, and it really disrupted our defensive core. So, but we do eventually close this thing to 4-2.
Obviously, as we'll see coming up here shortly, you close it to 4-2, and then you had another opportunity to maybe make it a one-goal game.
Yeah, well, we have a number of really good opportunities here. This whole third period, I thought we really carried the play. Finally, make it 4-2. I think we're going to get a breakaway here with a chance to make it 4-3. Yeah, and we don't convert on that, and eventually they get the extra goal at the end to make it 5-2.
Obviously, you've had to battle some injuries here over the course of the season, and certainly have been tough to get maybe into a rhythm with the right personnel on the ice.
Yeah, a little bit. I hate to. That's kind of an excuse. It'd be nice to have Lucas Fenner. But he's been out for the entire season outside of 5 games to start the year with a broken leg. But it would really be nice to have him. And same with Ethan Stewart, who's missed most of the year with injuries. But we have plenty of good players still. And again, I do think the 2 scores were misleading. Probably it's a little more demoralizing than it is anything when you're not winning. But if the guys can, which they have, continue to work and stay the course, we still have enough time in this season to make it a memorable year.
Obviously, still very much in the race for a spot in the postseason play, and 4 of your final 6 games left here at home in the regular season.
Yeah, I think we're at a place where we're certainly capable of winning any one of those 6 games, and it starts in 2 weeks against Michigan Tech at home, and we do have 2 tough games at Bowling Green, but I feel confident. We've had success in that rink over the years, and I think we can as well this year.
How important is this off week as you try to get ready for that final push here in the final 6 games?
Well, we gave the guys Monday, Tuesday off, just get away from the rink, and then we'll have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday some really quality practices. Stay away from contact because we don't want any more injuries, and then that'll lead to a really good week next week of practices as we head into Michigan Tech.
Well, Coach, looking forward to February 14th and 15th against the Huskies, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.